We're talking government oversight. We're talking censorship. We're talking harassment. We're talking racism. We're talking about the vengeful return of something gamers thought that we were long past, flipping off in the rearview mirror. That's right, it's coming back up like your dinner after you threw back one too many green beers on St. Patrick's Day. I'm Troy from Marks on Games, and today we're talking about GamerGate 2.0.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
And the rise of real gamers against government scrutiny, censorship, forced DEI initiatives, and blatant racism in gaming. Now, on with the story. The links to the articles I'm covering can be found in the video description. Gamers are once again in the spotlight as government agencies like the FBI and DHS are raising concerns about
extremism
and
violence
within the gaming community. This resurgence of scrutiny, dubbed GamerGate 2.0 by some, has sparked a wave of skepticism and pushback from gamers who feel unfairly targeted, as they should.
May God have mercy on us all.
A recent article by The Intercept sheds light on the FBI and DHS's growing interest in gamers, citing concerns about online chats and forums being
breeding grounds for extremist ideologies.
Sure, Jan.
While the agencies claim that they're monitoring for potential threats, many gamers see this as an overreach of government surveillance into their private online activities. The feds are coming for extremist gamers. The Department of Homeland Security and FBI are in dialogue with Roblox, Discord, Reddit, and others.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by ass.
Gaming companies are coordinating with the FBI and Department of Homeland Security to root out so-called domestic violence extremist content, according to a new government report. Noting that mechanisms have been established with social media companies to police extremism, the report recommends that the national security agencies establish new similar processes with the vast gaming industry. The exact nature of the cooperation between federal agencies and video game companies, which has not been previously reported, is detailed in a new Government Accountability Office report. The report draws on interviews conducted with 5 gaming and social media companies, including Roblox, an online gaming platform, Discord, a social media app commonly used by gamers, Reddit, as well as a game publisher and social media company that asked the GAO to remain anonymous. Yeah, most likely that's Steam.
Allegedly!
So all these companies are just caving in and saying,
"Make us bend and spread 'em, daddy government. Regulate us harder." Ooh.
Who's shocked that these corporate cucks are bending over and taking it without even the courtesy of a reach around?
But fair warning, it's my penis.
Adding fuel to the fire, a U.S. government-funded nonprofit organization, Take This, has responded to the backlash against game developer Sweet Baby Inc. that I made a video on last week by calling on the video game industry to denounce GamerGate unequivocally.
How about no?
This move has sparked criticism from gamers who believe that such calls are an attempt to stifle dissenting voices within the gaming community, which, it clearly is.
It's true.
Our government is throwing our tax money around all over the place and spying on law-abiding American citizens all the time, but they can't find serial swatters in game lobbies and on social media. Nah, they're not interested in that. You know what they're looking for.
Bad people.
Let's take a look at this article from Bounding into Comics. U.S. government-funded nonprofit Take This responds to Sweet Baby Inc. backlash by calling on video game industry to clearly and unequivocally denounce GamerGate.
Why in the would I ever do that, ever?
A 501c3 nonprofit founded in 2014, Take This, describes itself as a mental health organization providing comprehensive resources, support, and consultation tailored for the unique needs of the game development community.
What the hell is even that?
Far from a minor entity within the industry, a number of noted figures are counted among the company's government board members and officers, including Bethesda Marketing VP Pete Hines, Ubisoft VP of Global Diversity and Inclusion Rashi Sika, and PlayStation's Head of Global Portfolio and Acquisitions Christian Svensson. In terms of its ties to the United States government, per a public disclaimer on their various white papers, their work is funded as part of an official Department of Homeland Security research project known as Disrupting Video Game-Based Radicalization through Collaborative Cross-Sector Networks.
Right.
Quote, this joint project from the Center on Terrorism, Extremism, and Counterterrorism, Take This, and anti-disinformation AI developer Logically seek to develop a shared framework for understanding extremism in games, reads the project's official proposal abstract, as seen on its official funding application.
I think you're all f***ed in the head.
Oh, well, thank God. At least our tax dollars are hard at work spying on people who say bad words in Call of Duty game lobbies. My God, we're doomed.
Never love anything.
And just to show you what kind of people this organization employs, running to defend Sweet Baby Inc. amidst the ongoing sunlight being shown on their operations, Take This published a blog post on March 11th asserting, quote, "If you're reading this, you've probably been hearing about what's now being called GamerGate 2. It's the latest targeted harassment campaign within the gaming industry, and it's aimed at Sweet Baby Inc., a Montreal-based narrative development studio," said the company.
Everything that guy just says, bullshit.
How can there be a harassment campaign against an organization? Good grief. Quote, "The campaign also has been impacting entities and games associated with Sweet Baby, journalists covering the issue, and others associated in various ways with the targets. You also may be at a loss to know how to talk about this issue and what, if anything, you can do about it. That's where we come in," end quote.
Oh, you people can kiss the fattest part of my ass.
Oh, thank God, they're also going to tell us how to think and how to speak. Oh, good, I was worried about that part. Sweet Baby Inc. employees started this whole damn issue themselves with calling out the creators of the barely looked at Steam curator list on their own games.
Not a great plan.
They called for mass reporting and flagging of this poor dude's account and couldn't handle the backlash to their own butthurt social media meltdowns.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Go watch my video to get a further explanation. Speaking of SBI, revelations about a former Sweet Baby Inc. employee now working as a narrative designer for EA's Marvel's Black Panther game have raised eyebrows, to say the least. The designer was seen bragging about a previous project, Validate, having no white people on the development team because that's how normal people act, and that's totally not an admission of breaking federal laws or anything. This statement has reignited debates about
diversity and inclusivity
in the gaming industry. Let's go back to Bounding into Comics for this one. Ex-Sweet Baby Inc. employee and current EA's Marvel's Black Panther narrative designer seen proudly bragging that previous title, Validate, had no white people on dev team.
That's racist.
Danny Lalanders, an associate narrative designer for EA subsidiary and current Marvel's Black Panther development Cliffhanger Games, once openly and proudly bragged that she specifically and actively avoided hiring white individuals to work on her previous indie title, Validate, out of fear that their mere presence would create an unsafe work environment for its dev team's non-white members.
That's racist.
Validate has a team of mostly all people of color. We have no white people on our team.
Cool.
I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment. And I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me.
So that was a lie.
And I'm not saying that white people in the industry are creating unsafe environments. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying.
Well, that's a lie.
I am saying that sometimes it is hard to work with white people because they think that something may be okay, but it was really a microaggression.
That's racist. Damn.
In response to the ongoing discourse surrounding Sweet Baby Inc., who she previously worked for between 2022 and 2023, the dev asserted towards the consultation company's critiques, quote,
"I just stopped taking y'all seriously when y'all started running around saying white people can experience racism because I did not suffer through 2020 for y'all to act like you weren't on #ally to #BLM 4 years later."
End quote.
This guy.
Is the government going to crack down on all of this blatant racism and admission of law-breaking hiring practices from someone who works in the gaming industry? Of course not. They're going to go after people who mod games to remove rainbow flags in June, or say that they support people and causes that the people in power don't approve of.
So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
These people, like those at Take This, keep referring to harassment campaigns, but it looks like the only people being harassed are the ones in the gaming community themselves. The only thing that's clear from all of this is that gamers cannot back down without a fight, and that the battle for the future of gaming is far from over.
I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men, and free men you are.
What will you do without freedom? Will you fight? You'll never take our freedom!
Comment with your thoughts on all of this. Do you think big changes are coming to the gaming community in the future? Do you mind Big Daddy government and their paid shills going full Patriot Act on gamers? Where do you see all of this going? Will it all end in a giant, messy, wet fart like the original GamerGate? Let me know down in the comment section. Also, please share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Arcs on Games. I will see you next time.